make this really simple. Kenneth Copeland basically was bringing this, and the charismatic was this. The charismatic thing started in the Catholic Church. It's no surprise. See, what they do is they project, just like Jesus called them, they project this like sinless look on whitewashed tombs. They always have pretty white teeth and stuff. The T, it's like their way of like mocking God and saying like we put him on the cross. The T, and they mix it with the gums, I think. Anyways, that's for neither here nor there. What the insane thing is how strongly they project it. It actually makes people overlook the paganism of it all. Now, imagine if people could just sit around and didn't have to work so much and didn't have not sit around, but they could use their minds. They don't want us to use our minds because they know God is still small voice, as he said with Elijah. God is meek. God is soft and easy until his anger rises up. It's just he's the best. You've never known someone better. It's a perfect relationship, albeit one-sided perfection. He still sees you as perfect in Jesus. And if you twice crucified him and you're listening to this, you might as well turn it off because this isn't for you. If you've done the horrible things, if you've been and smear campaign and changed his word to do wizardry with the Bible, you're done. Now, I don't know what snatch from the fires means, but I know it's not them. There's 7,000 that go down in Revelation, and that's who I'm referring to. And that 7,000 may be, that might be symbolic. Either way. It's odd how, not odd, but it's interesting how these things come upon me sometimes. Like God has a message for someone specifically snooping in. Oh, Snoopy, Camp. Knott's Camp Snoopy. It's interesting they named a place in the Mall of America Knott's Camp Snoopy, and they run around calling themselves the Knot. Like we've said, it's interesting. I'm wondering if why not, and then the S Knot. The why not, and then they can patch it into all their little lyrics and all their songs, and the S Knot, like snot, because if you looked in the nose, and even like ancient demon exorcism, there was a connection to the snot, to the phlegm, to the nose specifically, and that's why we always key in on how every single car these days has the same shape as their little emblem, but it's really a sigil, as the nose or the eye or the ear or the mouth. Is that how they're looking forward, doing their seer sins? Because what does it mean when there's a wound to the eye? Other than that, they can't look forward. Now, looking forward hasn't done them any good. It's only trapped them. It's amazing how God and that they could think. I don't think that Satan, the false prophet, Antichrist, really maybe they did, but thought it was going to work. But it's just like on Interstellar when that guy is telling that huge gargantuan lie to keep everyone working together. They're keeping them working together for his own self-interest, to protect himself. It's like when you go watch that inauguration speech of the Antichrist Trump, if you listen to it, he is basically saying everything he has done. He's been running this thing since the 80s, in my opinion. Like in charge, like president of Hollywood, this, that, and the other. Whatever. He's been claiming to be someone he's not. I'm sure he told them he was benevolent, and then he had to go and be a little weird pedophile and rape Katie Johnson and do all these horrible things. By the way, what is his obsession with a man named Jason Jan, an optometrist from Sioux Falls or Brookings? He has a practice there with a Tasha Jones. Y'all should look into that. Ring their phone so much that they shut down, and I know good things will come from it. We have to stop these freaks from working. Their work is their craft. They've blended together witchcraft with their work so that no one can really stop them. Say, hey, you're doing, well, no, I'm just working my job. Well, optometrists and dentists are the first we need to chase out. I mean, like old school pitchfork type stuff, because they're doing craft on your children. God has natural ways of the teeth to solve it, and I wonder if we got these freak doctors out of the hospitals, if we would have as many children with bad sight. See, like we said, what's this whole seer thing looking forward? What do they do with the etheric energies? You know, It's amazing how the whole New Age has actually backfired on them and introduced a lot of these concepts to, and they were concepts to Christians, and it's backfiring because they don't seem so outside the sphere. And after they did COVID with the graphene, what else? Those were antennas to suck energy. They were trying to turn us all into little cell phone tower antennas where they can pull. And by the way, they pull energy from those things. That's why they're harmful.